So what are we going to talk about today? What is going on with Dogecoin? Okay, so we've seen a lot of drama about this over the past day. Some stuff from Elon Musk. He's kind of back at it again. Everybody in crypto sort of has a love-hate relationship with him right now. So we're going to talk about that. A lot of other big developments in the Ethereum space that you need to watch out for around the corner. There's a lot of exciting stuff. What's going on with cryptocurrency prices, answers to some of your questions, and a lot more. So before we get into that, if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory, and on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to this channel. And if you learn how to become a blockchain master step-by-step from start to finish, then head on over to dappuniversity.com/bootcamp to get started today. All right, so let's get into this. What is going on with Dogecoin right now? So basically, if you have been watching these live streams for the past couple of days, or you've just been watching the crypto news, you saw the cryptocurrency prices tank the other day, especially the Bitcoin price, others, for a few reasons. We talked about, Vitalik Buterin getting a big old bag of Shiba Inu tokens. They were sent to him, or just gifted to him. He sold those. Saw the Dogecoin trend sort of like, dump based on this type of thing. And then we saw, Elon Musk come out and talk about Bitcoin's energy usage. Okay, so basically how Tesla would no longer accept Bitcoin as a form of payment for their products anymore. They mentioned that, Bitcoin would, they would continue to hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet, but they wouldn't accept it. But that the issue there was, they were concerned about Bitcoin's energy usage, okay, for proof of work with mining new Bitcoin. So I have a feeling this has got to do with, Tesla being a green company, seeing, maybe some not so favorable sentiment from the outside, maybe some pressure from the shareholders to try to keep, Tesla's price performance on their stock up, that type of thing. It's hard to say for sure, but I have a feeling that's a strong part of the motivation. So, of course, I didn't dump Bitcoin. But we do see people see on the sidelines saying okay, so what's the next move? We see people get really excited about ETH because, okay, Bitcoin has this, sort of bad anti-narrative behind it that it uses too much energy. People are saying, okay, great, ETH is moving towards, proof of stake, maybe later this year. But then you got people in the corner that are saying, oh, Cardano is ready to go. It's got, it's got better energy consumption as well. But then you see Elon come out of nowhere and throw out this tweet yesterday talking about, working with Dogecoin devs to improve system transaction efficiency, potentially promising. So this is crazy. And it's sort of like, what? Is he being serious here? We don't know what to make of this. And I think that's sort of what's just kind of happened with Elon. Is you can never really know kind of where his head's at, what he's doing. I have a feeling there's definitely some sort of long-term play here, some sort of strategy that is just hard to see right now. But in response to this news, we did see Dogecoin basically go up 25% when lots of other cryptos were dumping. Okay, so basically, if you look here, you got this is sort of like the recovery from the Elon tweet. When you do see Bitcoin down, you do see ETH down, others down, basically the entire crypto market, and then Doge is just out there sort of howling at the moon based on Elon's tweets here. So, this is funny on multiple levels because we know that Doge, at least I hope that that, Doge started as a joke. It's kind of evolved into a meme coin. Sure, you can pay for stuff with Doge, but I don't think it's really sitting there trying to replace what Bitcoin's trying to do. I don't think that we really have people who are actively developing the Dogecoin network. And we might now that it's gotten so popular, you know what I mean? But we're not talking about Doge having all this long-term promise for being an institutional grade investment store of value use case for cryptos. So it's it seems like he's kind of low-key trolling here. But there definitely are some theories. There are some theories that, Elon basically, or Tesla, or whoever he has a strong, stake in, is, can highlight these problems with what's going on with proof of work, or at least public perception of these problems, and then capitalizing on that. So you start off with here's problem, and then oh, I'm solution. I mean, you see this in politics all the time. You see it in sales all the time. Basically, you lead with a problem and then you position yourself as the perfect person to fix that problem. So, we could see Tesla providing, green alternatives for Bitcoin mining, or like some other way that they, come in and say that we're sort of like the savior for this particular issue. So, that's one theory. We got a lot of other people who have kind of developed a love-hate relationship with Elon. Of course, they like whenever he says good things about Bitcoin, when Tesla buys $1.5 billion for their balance sheet and sends the price up like crazy. And then they don't like it so much when they say negative things about Bitcoin and watch the price tank, and then hop on the Doge train and watch that price go up by 25% when pretty much everything else is on the downtrend. So, that's what happened. That's the crazy thing. Elon's a smart dude. He knows, he knows what he's up to, but sometimes it's hard for us to know exactly where he's headed with everything. So we'll have to wait and see what plays out with this. So, yeah, that's sort of the latest drama with crypto, Twitter, and Dogecoin and the Bitcoin community for sure. But let's talk about some exciting stuff that's coming down the road for Ethereum for sure. So we can check out the cryptocurrency prices first. Bitcoin, we're sitting at $51,000 here. So you can see that. We're looking a little more bullish than we were yesterday. So let me turn my notifications off here. Of course, Bitcoin, like I said, took a tumble after the Elon news, and of course, it's just been FUD everywhere. Like we saw the negative sentiment. It's not just Elon's tweets; like it rippled through the entire mainstream media. We saw like on CNBC. Like if you just Google like Bitcoin energy, and it's just like for the past day or so, everybody's been like, "Oh, cryptocurrencies are bad," and so it's like just FUD. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. If you're brand new and don't know what that is, but we're starting to see Bitcoin kind of recover from the max FUD that happened over the past day or so. So we can look at Ethereum as well. So Ethereum is $4,124. So we're back up. We're back in the game, so to speak, above 4K. So that's looking good. We said Doge up 25%. More. Okay. So let's talk about some of the bullish catalysts for ETH coming down the pike, because this is something that's important to know about ahead of time. I got a video later today coming out about this, where basically we do have a DeFi Summer 2.0 in the works. So what do I mean by that? We saw DeFi come onto the scene last year, where basically we saw an explosion of activity from decentralized finance, or DeFi for short. This is basically taking like all the products we have in traditional financial system, moving them over to the blockchain, savings, lending, trading, all that type of stuff. So we do have promise for a DeFi Summer 2.0. So basically, one of the things that's been sort of holding back DeFi adoption in a lot of ways is just the fees on top of Ethereum, right? So everybody knows this. We talked about it a lot on this channel, but we're actively working to improve that type of thing. So we have, layer 2 scaling solutions coming out in full force very soon to fix this. I can talk about what's more here in a minute, but I do expect that to revitalize a lot of the activity on top of DeFi for like yield farming, for example. So if you want to deposit tokens into a smart contract to earn yield, like you're not going to just eat up all your profit by paying the gas fees to do that. All right. You got a lot of people trading tokens on DEXs like Uniswap, SushiSwap, making big profits on that. But, a lot of the yield farming, or in some cases, the yield farming and even the trading for smaller players have been fully priced out. Of course, you've seen some of this migration happen to Binance Smart Chain, over to Polygon, all that type of stuff. But now you see it, I think you're going to see a lot of it flow back to ETH whenever you have layer 2 in full force, where, basically it's a lot cheaper to use. So that's something to watch out for. Like I said, I think that'll revitalize some of the old use cases that people haven't been using as much, but I think what's also going to really revitalize DeFi Summer 2.0 are new use cases that weren't in full force. So Made videos on this channel about Thorchain for sure, like cross-chain swaps. So being able to trade like ETH for Bitcoin in a decentralized way, like Uniswap, but you're not limited just to the assets on the Ethereum network. So that's going to be huge. Things like under collateralized lending, where you don't have to deposit more than you're borrowing. So that could be huge. I don't know that we're going to see that totally roll out this summer, but I think we have projects that have really a lot of promise in that space. So basically, like if you see let's see, like basically if you use any of the DeFi apps that do lending now, like Aave or Compound, for example, basically you have to deposit more than you borrow. So let's say you wanted to borrow like $75, or you might have to deposit $100 to do that. So see, some people say like, why would you even do that in the first place? People do it for shorting. They do it for leverage. So you can buy more cryptocurrencies without selling, stuff like that. So anyways, with under collateralized lending, basically what you could do is it works more like a credit card in many ways, where it works in a reputation system, and they have sort of like recourse against you if you don't pay back your loan. Like you can get blacklisted, all that type of stuff. So that could be huge. So anyways, watch out for that for sure. Let's see, your EIP 1559 I think is going to be huge for this as well. In terms of layer 2 scaling, though, I think we are going to see an accelerated timeline on this for some of the projects with Arbitrum for sure. So this is a layer 2 scaling solution that opens to developers on May 28th. So this is literally just around the corner. So I'm excited to see what happens whenever this scaling solution goes live. I think we're going to see apps in production scaling like early this summer, like probably in June. So that's even technically before summer officially starts in the Northern Hemisphere, based on our calendar, at least. I don't know. Do other countries start? When do other countries start their seasons? Are they different from the United States? Like if you live in the UK, does your summer start like on the 20th of June? That's like when our summer starts. Let me know in the chat below. I don't know for sure. That's when we start summer, is June 20th. About it changes based on the solar calendar. So like sometimes it's like the 19th, the 20th, 21st. It like oscillates a couple days. So yeah, that's definitely big stuff you want to watch out for coming down the pike. We do see, talks about this, institutions coming into DeFi being huge, Aave piloting this. We do see stuff like, Uniswap took 7 days for V3 to hit $1 billion in 24 hours volume. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff happening. Okay. So the team got any questions here in the chat. We'll probably have to make this an abbreviated stream today because of everything that happened with the technical difficulties. I'll try to answer some questions. Somebody says UK is the 20th of June. Yeah, so many dislikes because we had audio issues at the beginning. That's why. Yeah. Have I seen ETH dominance? So let's check the ETH dominance metric right now. So ETH dominance is at, I get these stupid ads, let me get them out of the way. ETH dominance is at 19%. All right, that's getting big. So let's actually check out the ETH to BTC ratio here. All right, so ETH to BTC ratio, it's getting pretty high. I think we're at like a multi-year all-time high. Yeah, we're starting to break above the 20. We haven't seen this type of dominance since May of 2018. And if we break past the January 2018 dominance, like we're getting pretty close to flipping Bitcoin. So let's just check it here. Let's look at the flipping calculators or ratio gang, ratiogang.com. You can check on this. So basically, we're almost 50% of the way here. Okay. Flipping would happen at 0.16. Ether would have to be worth $8,000, $8,312 at the current Bitcoin price. Now, of course, if Bitcoin like just jumps up and becomes worth like, I don't know, like 75K, then and ETH doesn't move as much, then it's going to be harder for it to do that. Okay. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. We can also check on the Nuples chart here. And we'll see if this ultimately ends up mattering in the long term, if the dynamics of the market change with Bitcoin being the leader. Like if ETH becomes the leader, then maybe we don't care as much about Bitcoin Nupal anymore. So the Nupal is at, let me just zoom in some more. 0.59 at a price of $49,729. So we haven't been back here since December at $19,000. So that's pretty crazy. Somebody says Doge will be listed on Coinbase in 6 to 8 weeks. See if we have any more questions in the chat. We'll probably go ahead and wrap it up here pretty soon. We had a little issue with the stream today. Kind of got, held us back. Somebody says Vitalik wearing a Doge shirt. That's awesome. So, sorry, the chat's moving really fast here. Somebody says Matic is on fire. So Matic versus optimism. Yeah, let's get into that for a minute. I want to answer something slightly technically related. So we can check on the Matic chart real quick. So Polygon Matic, yes, has gone up a lot. So Matic basically is how they started. They changed to Polygon. And my understanding is that, like, Polygon's trying to be kind of like this suite of, scaling tools. We can just pull up their website. Okay. So, let me just find it here. Hold on a second here. Yeah, so Matic Network. So we can see this. You can actually see the transition here. So visit Polygon. So what is it? So Ethereum's Internet of Blockchains. Okay. So the biggest thing that's happening with Polygon right now is definitely there's sort of like side chains. Like, we're seeing this type of thing happen, right? This sort of like ecosystem. But a lot of what's been talking about right now is basically like the side chain architecture. So that's different from layer 2, in my opinion. Layer 2 is kind of a different thing where it actually derives its security from the base chain rather than moving over to a side chain. So this is working well for now when we see projects moving over here like Aave and others. I can't remember exactly everybody. Curve moved over to Polygon. I mean, they just bridged out to like they expanded to. They didn't like just leave the mainnet. They expanded to. So that's been big. We see basically yeah, a lot of stuff happened over there, but that's, to me, that's different from layer 2, like optimism. Somebody asked in the chat here a minute ago. So optimism is basically like building a second layer on top of Ethereum, and then those transactions actually get settled back on the main chain. So that's different from like settling the transactions on a side chain and then moving back and forth. So that's the difference there. But Polygon's seen a lot of activity. They were previously Matic, and we do see the Matic token taking off quite a bit. So that's all I got for today, everybody. Again, we know we had some issues with the stream here today. Hopefully people won't just like hate this video and the replay. We'll see if people actually click on it, if they get some value out of it. Let me know, did you get value in the chat, in the comment section down below. As always, subscribe to the channel and like the video. I got a lot of dislikes from the technical difficulties at the beginning. But if you like it, that'll really help redeem this video so that more people can find it, learn more about blockchain. If you're as fascinated with this technology as I am, how can you get your hands dirty, get started today? You can go to my YouTube homepage. You can find my free courses there. They're like Udemy courses, but they're totally free. And if you like those and you want to take the next step, or hey, maybe you want to take a master shortcut entirely, I should become a blockchain master step-by-step from start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. All right, you don't have to be an expert to get started today. Without people with zero coding experience become real-world blockchain developers in a matter of months. So that's all I've got. And until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.